Good afternoon. This is All India Radio and I am Valsa Williams with the Midday News. The headlines. In Jammu and Kashmir, 3 terrorists and a policeman killed in encounter in Srinagar. Enforcement Directorate registers money laundering case in Muzaffarpur shelter home sexual assault incident in Bihar. Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu leaves for Brussels in Belgium for the 12th Asia-Europe Meeting Summit. Security tightened ahead of Sabrimala Temple allowing entry of women of all ages in Kerala. Irish author Anna Burns wins Man Booker Prize 2018 for Milkman. And in sports, Indian triple jumper Praveen Chitravel bags bronze at the 2018 Summer Youth Olympics in Argentina. In Jammu and Kashmir, 3 terrorists were gunned down and a policeman killed in an encounter in Fateh Kadal area of Srinagar city today. Acting on a tip-off about the presence of terrorists in the area, CRPF and police had launched a pre-dawn coordinate search operation to trace the ultras. The search party was fired upon by terrorists from a house, triggering an encounter. The gun battle is still on. We spoke to IG Police Srinagar SP Pani on the encounter.
स्पेसिफिक इन्फॉर्मेशन पे फतेह कदल एरिया में कॉर्डन हुआ था। एक घर पे कॉर्डन सर्च चल रही थी तो वहाँ पे फायरिंग हुई। अंधाधुंध फायरिंग पे 3 बॉडी रिकवर की गई है और उनकी पहचान अभी की जा रही है और इस मुठभेड़ में एक जवान जो है पुलिस का उनकी भी शहादत रही है।
The Enforcement Directorate ED has registered a money laundering case in connection with the alleged sexual assault of 34 girl inmates at a shelter home in Muzaffarpur in Bihar. Taking cognizance of an FIR by the CBI, the ED filed the case under the Prevention of Money Laundering Act. The agency will soon issue summons to the accused, including to the owner of the shelter home, Rajesh Thakur. ED will also probe if illegal funds were generated and laundered by the alleged criminal activity. Over 30 girls were allegedly raped at the shelter home run by Thakur, chief of the state-funded NGO. An FIR was lodged on the 31st of May against 11 people, including Thakur. The probe was later taken over by the CBI. The NGO running the shelter home was blacklisted and the girls were shifted to shelter homes in Patna and Madhubani. Women staff members of the shelter home and Thakur were among those who were arrested by the police in connection with the case. Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu left for Brussels in Belgium this afternoon to attend the 12th Asia-Europe Meeting ASEM Summit. Mr. Naidu will lead the Indian delegation at the 2-day summit, which will begin tomorrow. Our correspondent covering the Vice President's visit has filed this report.
The biennial event with the theme Global Partners for Global Challenges is the highest platform for dialogue and cooperation between Asia and Europe in the areas of trade, investment, security and tourism. This will also be the first multilateral summit that Vice President will be attending after taking office in August last year. Besides one-to-one meeting with the King of the Belgians, Vice President will have bilateral meetings with various heads of state on the sidelines of the summit. Vice President Naidu will also address the Indian diaspora at Jain Cultural Center and offer a floral tribute at a sculpture of Mahatma Gandhi at Antwerp in Brussels. Tariq Ratri, AR News, New Delhi.
In Kerala, the famous Ayyappa temple in Sabrimala is set to open at 5 p.m. today, even as tension prevails in the area. This morning, the police started removing tents put up at Nilakal in Pathanamthitta district by those protesting against the recent Supreme Court verdict allowing women of all ages to enter the temple. The police also evicted the protesters who were staging a demonstration there. Security has been tightened in the area, with 1,000 more police personnel, including women officers, being deployed in Pamba and Nilakal. Kerala Police Chief Loknath Behera said that no one will be stopped from entering the temple. An evaluation meeting was also held by Devaswam Minister Kadakampalli Surendran with officials to review the situation. The Sabrimala Samrakshana Samiti had declared a 24-hour hartal against the state government's decision to implement the apex court verdict. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will interact with the BJP booth workers of Hoshangabad, Chatra, Pali, Gazipur and Mumbai North this evening through Namo app. Mr. Modi will interact with them under the program Mera Booth Sabse Mazboot. Maha Ashtami, or the 8th day of Navratra, is being celebrated across the country today. This day is dedicated to goddess Mahagauri, the 8th avatar of Ma Durga. On this day, devotees in large numbers throng various temples to offer prayers. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has extended greetings to the people. In a tweet, Mr. Modi said, "May Ma Durga fulfill everyone's aspirations, further the atmosphere of joy and eliminate all evils from society." This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts. You can also log on to our website newsonair.nic.in. The Indian Navy's submarine rescue capabilities have got a boost with the successful maiden trials of its newly inducted Deep Submergence Rescue Vehicle, DSRV. In a release issued last night, the Navy said the Western Naval Command conducted trials in which the DSRV carried out an operation with a bottomed submarine at a depth of over 300 feet and transferred personnel from the submarine to the rescue vehicle. More from our correspondent.
Operated by a crew of 3, the DSRV can rescue 14 personnel from a disabled submarine at one time. This rescue ability of the DSRV has provided the Indian Navy with a critical capability. The DSRV crew also carried out ROV, that is remotely operated vehicle, operations at a depth of over 750 meters and side scan sonar operations at over 650 meters, which are all first for the Indian Navy. With these trials, Indian Navy will become a part of the small league of world navies that have an integral submarine rescue capability. With Sonali, this is Kunal Shinde, AIR News, Mumbai.
The Digital India campaign has brought a positive change in Meghalaya. It focuses on digital infrastructure as a utility, governance and services on demand, and digital empowerment of citizens. Here is a ground report from our Shillong correspondent.
In Meghalaya, digital empowerment of the people is getting a huge push through the Digital India program of the central government. The objective of the program is to transform the country into digitally empowered knowledge economy. Many people are reaping the benefits of the scheme. Joy Lamare from West Jaintia Hills district of Meghalaya shares his thought about the Digital India scheme with All India Radio.
My neighbors and friends informed me about this common service centers. I have benefited from these centers. I have applied for my scheduled tribe certificate, PAN card, Aadhaar from here, even without going to the district headquarters.
Meanwhile, owner of a common service center, Buhi Sumar, said the scheme has helped the people in many ways.
Under the digital seva, we offer online payments of electricity bills, flight ticket bookings, etc. Many people come here to pay their electricity bills. We have never faced any problem because we issue receipts which the people trust upon. It has helped me in generating a decent income.
The Digital India program has become a mass movement touching the lives of many people in Meghalaya. In West Jaintia Hills district alone, over 80 CSC centers have been set up, easing the lives of many people. Moyang Singh for AIR News, Shillong.
Sant Rampal, the controversial head of the Satlok Ashram in Haryana, has been awarded life imprisonment in the second case of murder by a Hisar court today. Rampal was convicted on charges of murder in a 2006 case relating to the death of a woman supporter. In this case, 14 supporters were also awarded life imprisonment. Yesterday, Rampal was awarded life imprisonment by the court for murder in a 2014 case that dealt with the deaths of 4 women and a child. Anna Burns has become the first Northern Irish writer and the first woman since 2013 to win Britain's renowned Man Booker Prize for her novel Milkman. Milkman is an exploration of 3 decades of sectarian violence in Northern Ireland, told through the voice of a young woman. The novel chronicles the struggles of a middle sister in a family as she confronts rumour, social pressures and politics amid violent sectarian divisions in her community. The judges of the annual award praised Anna Burns' work as utterly distinctive. Burns was born in the Northern Irish capital Belfast in 1962 and now lives in southern England. She had previously authored 2 novels, No Bones and Little Constructions. The United Nations High Commissioner for Human Rights, Michelle Bachelet, has called for a thorough and impartial probe into the disappearance of Saudi journalist Jamal Khashoggi. Ms. Bachelet said in a statement that Saudi Arabia and Turkey should reveal everything they know about Khashoggi's whereabouts and urged them to ensure that no further obstacles are placed in the way of a prompt and transparent investigation. She said that both her forced disappearance and an extrajudicial killing were very serious crimes under international law, and immunity should not be used to impede investigations. She also welcomed the agreement that has allowed investigators to conduct an examination inside the consulate and possibly also at the residence of the Saudi Arabian Consul General in Istanbul. Meanwhile, U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo is in Ankara for talks with the Turkish leadership over the disappearance. Mr. Pompeo reached Ankara following fresh talks in Saudi Arabia and is due to meet President Recep Tayyip Erdogan. In Afghanistan, an election candidate was killed today in a bomb blast ahead of Saturday's parliamentary polls. Taliban has claimed responsibility for the attack on Jabbar Kahrama, who was contesting from the southern province of Helmand, a stronghold of the terror group. Provincial governor spokesman told reporters that another 7 people were wounded in the blast. Police have arrested several people in connection with the blast. The latest attack takes the number of election candidates killed to at least 10, the majority of them murdered in targeted killings. The United States Treasury has announced fresh sanctions on Iran, targeting banks and investment companies. The new sanctions focus on the Bank Millat and Mehr Iqtisad Bank, a steel company, and others linked to investment, commodities and engineering. The announcement comes 2 weeks before the U.S. administration reimposes some of the U.S.'s most severe sanctions against Iran, including on its oil sector. The second round of sanctions are forthcoming in November. A first round of U.S. sanctions took effect in August, targeting Iran's access to the U.S. dollar, metals trading, coal, industrial software, and auto sector. Indian triple jumper Praveen Chitravel has bagged a bronze medal at the 2018 Summer Youth Olympics in the Argentine city of Buenos Aires. Cuba took home the gold while Nigeria won the silver. This was India's second medal in athletics at the Games after Suraj Pawar clinched a silver in the men's 5,000 meters race walk event on Monday. India currently have 12 medals in its kitty, 3 gold, 8 silver and 1 bronze, and they are placed 14th on the table. Russia continues to be at the top with China second and Japan third. Sameer Verma, Kidambi Shrikant and Saina Nehwal have advanced to the second round of the Denmark Open badminton tournament at Odense. In the men's singles event, Shrikant defeated Denmark's Hans Christian Vittingus in 35 minutes, with a scoreline of 21-16, 21-10 to cruise into the next round, while Verma entered the second round, overcoming China's Shi Yu-chi 21-17, 21-18 in 44 minutes. The Niti Aayog today launched the Model Guidelines for Public-Private Partnership in Non-Communicable Diseases, NCDs. As per the guidelines, the private partner will invest in upgrading, building and deploying human resources. They will be responsible for operational management and service delivery. The state governments will provide the required physical space. The guidelines suggest that the tariff structure for the services offered under the NCD Care facility may be linked to the existing state and central government health insurance scheme. All services in NCD Care facility will be offered by a single entity. All categories, including trusts, companies, will be allowed to bid for the project. Niti Aayog CEO Amitabh Kant said the guidelines will help streamline private participation and encourage world-class infrastructure and patient care in the health sector. And now, before we close, the headlines once again. In Jammu and Kashmir, 3 terrorists and a policeman killed in encounter in Srinagar. Enforcement Directorate registers money laundering case in Muzaffarpur shelter home sexual assault incident in Bihar. Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu leaves for Brussels in Belgium for the 12th Asia-Europe meeting summit. Security tightened ahead of Sabrimala temple, allowing entry of women of all ages in Kerala. Irish author Anna Burns wins Man Booker Prize 2018 for Milkman. And in sports, Indian triple jumper Praveen Chitravel bags bronze at the 2018 Summer Youth Olympics in Argentina. And with that, we end the Midday News.